Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and this is Beth's Bookish Reviews, and I am here today to do a tag or a discussion. And this discussion was created by Candy at the Great Literary Rabbit Hole, and I was tagged by Sue from Sue Jackson. And so I thought, well, I'll just jump on here and film this video and put in my 2 cents. The first, she said, if you want to take part in this conversation, you can use the hashtag TBR Fun or not, and tag me, it's Candy, at the Great Literary Rabbit Hole, so I know you did a video. If you want to use prompts around this conversation, here are a few to consider. So just tag her. So the first prompt is, how many books are currently or normally on your TBR? So normally on my TBR, if we're talking about a monthly TBR, I usually put about 20 books on my TBR because I usually choose from those books. And I may not get all of them read. I usually do not get all of them read. And I usually read 7, 8, maybe 9 in a good month. If we're talking about all of my books on my TBR shelf, like everything I need to read, Goodreads has about 780, I think. 777, I think, is closer to the number. I have probably around 1,000 books. Not all of those are waiting to be read, but probably about 800 that I need to read. But we're not talking about that. How do you choose TBR books, and have you ever gamified your TBR? Example, prompt jars, TBR games. I do use prompt jars. I have prompts, and most times I go through those. I also have prompts for my 50 before 50, and I have each book selected, and I'll just pull the prompt and find the book that I have it wrote down. I also have other things for the other things I would take part in. I have pictures and stuff, and I'll pull from there. Do you have reading areas of focus to choose books for? If yes, how many? Reading areas of focus. Not really. There's nothing I really focus on. The only thing that, like, I do the 52 books in 52 weeks, and I do Jenna's Books of Jenna's book club. Maybe that's what that's asking. I don't know. Does a TBR help you focus? Yes, it condenses down all of my books to a few that I'm looking at for that month, so that I only have these. Okay, these are what you're going to choose from this month. So, do you suffer from the book noise of a TBR? Sometimes. Sometimes I think, oh, I really want to read something that I got in this month. And I didn't think about it coming in until after I made my TBR, so I'll put it on there. I'm not sure what book noise is, but that's what I'm thinking it is something that I have on my shelf that I really want to read, and I didn't put it on there. Sometimes I'm really good about sticking with my TBR. This month, however, I am not very good at it. Number 6. Do you give your TBR a time limit? Yes, monthly. I'm trying to be better about that. Trying to get everything read up before it goes off of my TBR. And does the TBR make you stress about reading quick enough? Yes. I do get stressed that I don't finish everything, and I feel sometimes like I've failed. But reading is supposed to be for fun. And that's what my friend Chris keeps telling me. If you're not enjoying it, it's not a hobby anymore. It's not fun anymore if you're not enjoying it. So, yeah. And reading has always been a hobby for me. Do you have rebellion syndrome, not wanting to read a book because you put it on your TBR and now you feel you have to read it? No. If I put a book on my TBR and I don't want to read it, I just don't read it. If I just, I ignore it that month. Unless I get down to it and it's the only one left on my TBR. But like I said, I put 20 books on my TBR because of that reason, so that I can pick through and decide what I want to read at any given time. And chances are, with my full-time job as a teacher, I'm not going to have time to sit there and read 20 books because there's not enough hours in the month for 20 books for a teacher, even in the summer. For me, anyway, for this teacher, anyway. There are some teachers who can do that, but not me. All right, number 9. Have you ever killed a book by having it on your TBR too long? And I wonder if by killing a book it means just gotten to where you didn't want to read it anymore, so you just took it off. No. I keep putting it on my TBR. Sometimes it'll sit on my shelf for a few months. I may pull it back out and put it back on my TBR. I did take and I had just gotten back about an hour ago. We took about 120 maybe books to my niece. She has a little free library and she also likes to read. And I took I would say 120, maybe even more than that, books to her. And, she'll either pick through them and keep them, or some of them, and the rest she'll put in her little free library, and she'll just rotate them out. And once she reads the ones that she wants to read, she'll put those in the library. So she might keep some of them, she might not. So it just depends on how she wants to do it, and it's perfectly fine with me, whatever she chooses to do with them. But that is my unhaul. I unhaul them off of my shelf. I donate them to her. She chooses what she wants to do with them. If she has other people that she knows that reads, because she has a lot of friends that like to read, then she can by all means pass them on. Number 10. Do you have a tick list for your TBR to tick off books as you read them? No. I put them in my journal. The day I started them, the day I finished them, and what I rated them, and then I write a little something about them. I mark them on Goodreads, Storygraph, and that's it. And then if they're 5 or 4 stars, I keep them. Some of the 3 stars or lower, I might unhaul them. But what one change do you think would help your TBR be more fun? If I wouldn't stress myself out about being sure to get everything done, and if I wouldn't try to join every little challenge or readathon that come out. I'm really bad about that. Like the 50 before 50, or the I am in the big book summer, and I will stay there. I will join that every year. But all the little readathons that are put out, I don't have to join them. I don't have to be a part of Historathon in order to read history books. I don't have to be a part of every little, and Historathon is not little, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that every readathon or reading challenge that comes out, I don't have to be a part of it in order to read a book. So I find TBRs to be fun. I like to find books that fit the prompts that I pull out of the jar. This month, though, I did not, for July, I did not make a game of it. I went through, I found books I wanted to read. I found big books I wanted to read. I found books on my 50 before 50 I wanted to read. I found my Jane Austen July that I was going to read. I found 25 and 25 I wanted to read. And I found 52 books in 52 weeks that I wanted to read. And that's how I went about for July. We will see how that works and see if that's any more fun than pulling prompts out of a jar. And so that may be the one change that I made to help my TBR be more fun. So my final conclusion, I think we can make TBRs fun, but we can also make them not fun by stressing out and making it a job instead of making it a hobby. And I'm here to make it. I want it to be fun. So I want to read to grow my mind and to learn more and to enjoy what I'm reading. So tag somebody. I'm just going to say, if you haven't done this, if you haven't joined the conversation, by all means, let's hear your thoughts, your opinion. Do you think book tags, do you think TBRs are fun or not? Let us know. And I look forward to hearing from you.